Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, Home Wizards here. We love to help you improve your home, improve your life. Cindy Dole, Eric Stromer,
This song is an homage to
and
our
the man
friend Curtis.
done under, Curtis Stone. You don't mind that song, do you?
I love it. I love it. Makes me happy.
Can I see a groove to that song a little bit? Oh,
Yeah,
It's just
okay,
finished.
that's pretty good.
Oh,
He does,
yeah,
he
there
does
you
good
go.
shoulders.
Chair dance.
Good shoulders. Good shoulder dancing.
Well, Curtis is here at the Grove with us. It's a great event all about eat, drink, and be organized, thanks to our friends at Marilat Cabinetry. And so you've been doing some cooking demonstrating over there, right?
I have. We just started off the day with, meals on the run. So, for families in a pinch with time, we
Who
started
isn't
off,
in a pinch?
which is, 95% of the country. So we just started off with a little bit of breakfast, and we're going to progress to do a little bit of holiday stuff, and then we're going to end it up with some cocktails and fun.
Ooh,
So,
let's go right to that.
yeah, right?
Curtis, I have 3 kids under 13. Would you be willing to move in and make lunches for my kids every day?
Well, we were just talking about building a deck, which might have to
Maybe
be
we'll do a
bootlegged.
trade.
So maybe
Good.
you build my illegal
Roger
deck,
that.
and I'll come
Yeah.
and cook for you.
So you're a family man, aren't you?
On the way to being
Uh-huh.
one. Yeah, we've got a baby on the way, which is exciting.
Isn't that
Off air,
exciting?
he said that his ultrasound baby looked beautiful.
Oh, isn't
which
that
is really
great?
nice.
Well, I'm just thrilled to be surrounded by 2 men who are both among People Magazine's sexiest men on the planet.
You're
Hello.
43, right?
Right? Wow.
It's not easy.
No, I just,
yeah.
do you guys have like a handshake or
You
something?
know what? Frankly,
once
we're
you're-
exhausted from this. That's what it is.
But seriously, in terms of food, I mean, it can be fun and it can be easy, right? I mean, one of your big mantras is it takes more time to wait in line for a pizza than it does to do something fresh at home, right?
That's right. And I think that when you think about feeding the family, it's a pretty simple statement, right? But you can feed the family in many different ways. You can go and get them some takeout, or you can heat something up in a microwave, or you can just go to a little bit of effort by grabbing some ingredients that they like, spending half an hour in the kitchen and putting something together that smells great. When you walk into a home and you open the door and you've been at work or school or whatever it is, and you smell that someone's been cooking for you, there's no better feeling, and I think that what you really achieve by going to that bit of extra effort and cooking and ending up sitting down and sharing a dinner with your loved ones is, there's appreciation from everybody that didn't do the cooking.
Mm-hmm.
There's cooperation, you help set the table, you communicate with each other, and again, you help do the dishes together, and it's all those
There's
family
celebration,
values.
right?
Celebration, right?
Yeah.
You can connect with each other and talk about your day, and I think it's so important. And you achieve that by cooking someone dinner. You don't achieve it necessarily by heating something up in a microwave or picking something up from a store. So I think that there's so much to be learnt from the simple things in life, and that's one of them.
It's almost like
Curtis,
making your own Christmas presents, right? There's
Right.
more meaning
Right.
behind it.
I make fantastic scrambled eggs and marinara, and that's all. Can you help me? We've run out of ideas. When can we find these great lunches that you speak about in your new book? When's that coming out?
Well, look, I was just over at the Marilat kitchen here at the Grove cooking breakfast burritos, which you would have liked,
Yeah.
and we did a little stir fry. I'm always coming up with different stuff. So there's stuff all over the web. You can get stuff off my website. Marilat's got some great stuff because I've been working with their incredible kitchens. If you spend a little bit of money on your kitchen, and it can be as simple as getting yourself a decent knife or doing a full reno and bringing in this dream kitchen. If you're doing that, I'd suggest you go to Marilat because they've got beautiful stuff. But if you do spend a little bit of money on the kitchen, it ends up bringing so much back in your direction because there's so much happiness around the kitchen.
And you want to only live there, you want to cook there. It just becomes like your centerpiece of the
Exactly,
home, right?
exactly. Look, here comes the tram.
There it is.
It's almost like we're in San Francisco.
There it
Oh, the
goes.
rice-a-roni.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So the holidays are coming up, and I know one of your big things is we can entertain for the holidays and still be healthy and not be stressed.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing about the holidays is it's a family time, right? It's a time when you invite other people into your home, and I think that the most amazing thing when you go to someone's house, if a good host is someone that's enjoying themselves. You go to a party, and if somebody's frantically running around and trying to make it perfect, you feel a little uncomfortable. But if you go there and they're like, "Oh, fix yourself a drink. The bottles are in the kitchen," and or here, come and help me with this, and they give you a little job, then suddenly you feel included. So, I think in the nature of holidays, sharing is what it's all about. So don't be scared to invite people over, but give them a job. Say to them, "Why don't you bring the dessert?"
Because it works two ways. It
works
takes the
both
stress
ways.
off you, and it makes them feel like they're special, right?
And a part of it,
Yeah.
which is really great.
Unlike our moms who were like, "Oh my God, don't get in the kitchen. They can't see what we're doing," right?
Right, exactly.
Well, my mom ultimately now finally has just said, "You know what? Just cut the onions and get out of my way." So now I do help. It's actually great. But it makes sense. You know, you honor your guests by making them participants, then they feel like a part of it, and we're all in this thing together.
Even saying to somebody, you know, if you've got kids coming over, and you might want to choose the kid carefully, but say to someone, you're in charge of music. Here's the system, here's how it works, here's the iPod, you know, make a little playlist or whatever. And then somebody's responsible for the music. Someone could be responsible for the lighting if it's a nighttime event, you know, lighting the candles or, you know, whatever it is. It's just getting people involved in the family atmosphere is great.
You know what else is good, too? Threaten them with no Christmas presents unless they do the dishes when it comes to the kids. That's working.
Now, there was a
the
Thanksgiving
13-year-old.
where we put the turkey on the rotisserie. And somehow something went wrong, and the whole turkey came out black. I mean, it was black. And my mom was a nervous wreck and in tears. All the relatives were over. Turned out to be the tastiest darn turkey in the world. But what is your advice to people when they are in that moment where it's a celebration, people are over, there's a little bit of pressure on because you want to put on a good show for folks, but you make that oops, you make a mistake. How do you spin it around into a win?
The key to it is to be organized, right? And if you've got enough stuff already done, so you can have some salads made, you could have, you know, a couple of things that go into the oven, so it might be some potato gratin or a cauliflower with cheese sauce, or, you know, a couple of things that are just done a couple of days in advance. The dessert, for instance, is a good one to get well out of the way. You might serve an appetizer as a soup, so you have the soup already made. So then your focus is really only on the turkey and the green beans, or, you know, a couple of things. And then the other stuff, you're safe with. You know you've got it covered in the tin foil, it's in the oven, and it's going to come out and it's going to be just delicious. So if something goes wrong, the best thing to do is to, you know, just keep a light attitude.
Keep your sense of humor.
Keep your sense of humor, because invariably it'll be okay. You know, there's the thing about the holidays is you always cook way too much food anyway, and if it means you end up having a plate of stuffing and roast potatoes and green beans and
delicious water,
it's still fine.
Well, and bring
right?
out more wine, and then you're all fine,
that's
right?
right.
Now, you've been doing
Exactly.
or you're going to be doing some wine pairings today. What are some of your suggestions as gosh, I can't believe Trader Joe's, they have all the stuffing, and I mean, it's Thanksgiving time. So
Unbelievable.
think about give us some pointers on what we should be looking for.
So I think what you want to do is if you're gonna go ahead and have let's say turkey, you know, it's a white meat.
Right.
If you're going to drink red wine with that, then you want to go for something quite light, like a Pinot Noir.
Oh,
delicious.
good. Ooh.
The whole thing about food and wine matching is you really want to try and balance the flavors. So, you know, if you were going to put something into a dish, into a stir fry, for instance, you wouldn't put chocolate into a stir fry because it's
Oh,
way
yes,
too
you
sweet.
would. Oh, yes, you would.
Okay, I'm coming to your house with you.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You want to balance. So the wine's the same thing. You should always look at the wine as another ingredient. So if you're going to serve seafood, you probably wouldn't put red wine into a fish dish, you know, so you'd use white wine. And then if it was something light and herbaceous, then you'd look for that in the wine as well. So, you know, the general rule of thumb is seafood, white wines, red meats,
Gotcha.
red wines.
Gotcha.
And the bigger the meat, the more pepper and all that sort of stuff, then you go into the Shirazes and the Cabernets as opposed to the Pinots and the Beaujolais, which is to serve with something lighter.
And you have a TV show. We can't reveal too much, but it's coming up on Bravo, and it's going to be good. It's
It
going to
sure
be great.
is.
It's going to
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've just shot Top Chef Masters again,
Yeah.
another season of that, which is very exciting. We shot this season in Las Vegas, so that'll be coming out later next year. And we've just worked on this new project, which is going to be so exciting. We've just finished filming it, so you'll hear more about it very soon.
Okay. We'll check you out at CurtisStone.com.
Can't wait. Thank you so much.
guys-
And I'm calling you about all the kid lunches. Thank you.
Do it. Do it.
Can we see
Good
the
to see you,
sexiest
Eric.
men handshake or something?
Here, look, there's a
There
little,
it is.
It's usually
Oh,
that
there's
one.
the sign.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the
Thanks,
one.
Curtis Stone. Fun
Yeah.
having you here. We'll see you over at your booth in action in a bit. All right, well, coming up next, speaking of kitchens, you know, I've been in the middle of this kitchen project. You saw some
Yeah,
of
it's
the
really
progress
beautiful.
just the other day. The cabinets now are in, and we're going to talk with our friends at Marilat about how do you select cabinets, what are some of the functions and designs that are out there, how do you know the best price
Wait,
point.
are you talking about the Susans?
We're talking about the Susans.
They're coming in the
It's coming.
studio here? Oh, my
All right,
goodness.
that's coming up next here. Susan and Marilat folks are joining us on how to get that cabinet of your dreams. Cindy Dole, Eric Stromer, thanks, Curtis
Curtis,
Stone.
thank you so
Home
much. Great
Wizards,
to
we're
see you,
back
man.
in a minute
Thank you,
here,
buddy.
live
Yeah.
at the Grove.
All right.
Sponsored by Marilat. We're back after this.